What's up, y'all?
Hey, everybody.
Subscribe right now. Not because you want to, but because you have to.
And go ahead and like this video,
Yes,
even
please.
if you don't.
Well, you'll like it.
You just told them they had to subscribe, so,
That's a good point.
Just between you and me, this is nice. There's no tricks. Ooh, this love is just between you and me, this is nice.
Welcome to Just John and April, the relationship podcast, your place to level up your relationship. In today's episode, have we seen the end of gender roles?
We talk about this a lot.
And the word of the day. We do talk about this a lot, don't we?
We do.
You know what? I was just thinking about something a second ago while this music was playing. I don't know if anybody really listens to the words, but but I don't know if you know, the whole point is this love is so real. You know what I'm saying?
It is. I do listen to those words.
The title of the song is so real.
It is.
I believe our love is real.
I
you
do
believe
too.
that?
I do, babe.
I hope so. Even with this subject.
Even with this subject.
Yeah, we do talk about this a lot, but something came up recently in social media that made it so that we need to talk about it again. And I want to know, are we done with gender roles? Is that over? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so.
Well, don't answer it yet. We have to.
Okay.
This is a tease. You know
All
what
right,
I'm saying?
all right, it's a tease. I'm sorry.
We really need to talk about our sponsor.
We do.
I'm
We
excited
do.
about our sponsor for this month. This sponsor is right up our alley. We love it so much because we are both golfers, and
Yes.
golf is a very important thing for us.
Yes.
In fact, we haven't played golf together, now that I think about it, in probably 2 months.
Look, it's
maybe?
been a long time because of this.
Yeah, April's all jacked up.
I'm
so
just been jacked. So my game is probably going to be like, ooh.
yeah.
But I'm going to
fun.
be watching the videos so that when the time comes, my mind is ready.
Yes.
I can at least have mentally what I'm supposed to do, so then I can beat you as usual. So when
babe,
we go on
now that you're
when we-
finished capping, can you please tell us about Brothers and Sisters Invitational?
Yes, and hopefully I will be fixed by then so that I can do my usual beatings.
You'll be ready.
Okay, so today we are sponsored by the Brothers and Sisters Invitational, a 4-day golf tournament in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. This tournament has been played for over 50 years, since 1968, and they believe community and fellowship happens on the golf course. We think you can use this as a great couples getaway.
Yeah.
Definitely, and we hope to join you when
Yes.
you sign up.
Exactly.
This will be held on the beautiful Legends Resort in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So even if one of you does not play golf, you can still enjoy being your partner's caddy as you ride around the beautiful golf course of the Legends Resort. So for our listeners only, you get a special little treat. Register by August 1st with the promo code CHIMES10 for 10% off at brothersgolf.org.
Yes. Now, I think this is a big deal for people because maybe you haven't been on vacation this entire pandemic. I know April and I really haven't.
Yeah,
We're about
yeah.
to go on vacation soon, about to hang with some family and stuff like that.
Yes.
It'll be our first vacation in like a year and a half.
Right.
This could be an opportunity. Whether you actually play golf or not, maybe only one of you plays, that's okay. The fact that it's on this beautiful resort, you have a wonderful hotel room that you can be in together. You've got restaurants in the
Yes, there's
area.
still a spa.
There's spas. There's other stuff you can do.
Yeah.
And you can be on that golf course with your husband or wife, whichever one of you doesn't play. You can be there with your spouse, and you can be helping out, having fun, driving the cart,
enjoying.
enjoying yourself,
Yeah.
having a little something
And
to
you're
drink.
still
You know what I'm
together.
saying? Whatever it
Yeah,
is, a little,
yeah.
I don't know what they have out there. Some ginger ale. You know what I'm saying?
Little ginger ale.
Yeah. And have
Okay.
fun. I think it'll be great. So August 1, you have until so you can sign up. But the actual event is happening in October, and we're excited. You'll see that on the website, brothersgolf.org.
Yes.
Sign up, and you may see us there.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, babe. So our subject matter today comes from something that you saw on social media. Can you share
did.
that with us? What did you see?
Okay, so I saw on social media a post by Jay-Z, and he wrote, I want a relationship
Now,
with
this is the Jay-Z, right? Like
This is
the one we-
Jay-Z.
Beyonce.
Beyonce Jay-Z.
Okay,
and he's
all right.
talking about his marriage with
Okay,
Beyonce.
yes.
Okay. This is what he wants in his marriage with Beyonce. I want a relationship with no gender roles. We both hustlers. We both cook. We both clean. We both pay. We're both romantic and we spoil each other. Okay.
Now, before you go any further, leave that open for me so I can look at it. I think it's interesting.
Okay.
What I think Jay-Z is saying off the top is that everything he just named sometimes gets associated automatically with a particular gender. So it sounds like he's saying, he's saying we both pay, meaning in normal situations, one of y'all's doing the paying, and we're both romantic. So that means in some situations, only one of y'all is obligated to be romantic. You know what I'm saying?
We both hustlers, because sometimes
clean.
there's just one that's hustling.
Right.
You know?
That's very interesting.
We both cook, we both clean, we both pay.
Yeah.
You know, and we both spoil each other, because that's another one.
That's another one
That's
assume.
a gender role, and we don't realize it.
Okay, let me
but
just ask you. Let me
is.
ask you a
It
couple
is.
things. Now, first of all, so that people understand what we're talking about, I think we need to pretty much define for people. This is not our word of the day, but we need to define for our audience what we mean by gender roles. What are we talking about in that situation? And then what does it mean to have a relationship that is not necessarily defined by gender roles? And you can read us that. So here's what I would say we mean by gender roles. We simply mean that that the things that you do in your relationship to either run the household or things that are happening in the relationship between husband and wife, that automatically we draw the line on who's supposed to do what based on which sex we belong to. So if I'm a man, here are the things that I'm supposed to do. If I'm a woman, here are the things I'm supposed to do.
And this has come from, and this is why we talk about this often, because we're really trying to break this cycle that society has continued to, I guess, nurture and build upon. I was going to say, and yes, things definitely have been broken, which is great, but I think it's still there.
What do you think when you say things have been broken? What do you mean by that?
You know, the chains have been broken that have bounded us to think that we have to think this way, that we have to live this way. We don't have to.
So you don't think as many people these days are necessarily as confined to the traditional gender roles?
But I think that it's there. Even
there.
If you don't say it, it's there.
Yes.
And I've even seen it where, you know, I've heard this from someone, that this new couple had gotten married and she didn't cook, you know, and this other person's response was, you know, I don't think that should be like that.
Someone outside the relationship.
Or that she worked and didn't, you know, she didn't do the same things or certain things that a mother would, you know, traditionally do with their children. It's like, that's not going to work. This is what the other person said, that is not going to work. And I'm saying, why? You know, so this is what I think. I think we need to just come right out and say it. What are the things that are expected socially based on what we have, you know, been brought up in this society, to see what it is that women are, what are the roles that women are, quote unquote, supposed to do in the household. Like how did
I would say,
why did Jay-Z even feel like he needed to post that? That's because this thing is still there. Okay, so here we go.
And I would say,
let's name for the wife. What are the things on the list? Cooking, cleaning.
I would say
taking care of the children.
Yes.
Whether it's feeding them or dressing them. You know.
And you know what's funny? I don't think that a lot of the roles get thought about. I think the main ones that we just named are the ones that are really emphasized.
Those are the ones that are emphasized.
I think there's a lot more.
But there are some other things that I think are more emotional and mental stuff.
Okay.
That
like what?
Think. Like, you know, you expect the wife to be the one to bring up the issues. Like if there's an issue,
there's a problem.
The gender role, the role that I need to play is, we need to talk about this.
Okay.
You know?
So it's funny though. I don't agree with that. I don't know that there is a societal pressure that I perceive that the wife or the woman in the relationship has to bring up the issue. I think there's a stereotype.
Okay, let's say that.
But that's
more
different.
Of a stereotype.
That's different,
You're
though.
You're right.
I don't think you're going to find...
That's more of a stereotype.
Yeah, so I don't think you're going to find that person like we just used the example, you're not going to find that person that you were just talking about complaining when
Because
they see
she's not bringing
that
up,
she's not bringing up
that's true,
stuff.
that's
I don't
true.
think she's going to be, oh, this is not going to
But
work.
I think the things that we named are the main things.
Yes.
For a man, for a husband, I would say things like take out the trash, yard work.
Having a job.
Having a job.
Being the provider.
Yeah, being the provider. Making the most money. Okay, let's be real. That's a part of it.
You know what? That's
and
a
that
good
is
point,
not,
April.
that is not.
And I actually think it's also a gender role for if the wife is going to work, that she make less money. And I think another gender role has been wife does not work outside the home.
Right.
That she's going to
stay home with the kids.
I think that's another one.
If that needs to happen,
Right.
she needs to be the one.
Right.
And I have seen it where when the wife does make more, even now, even today, 2021, okay, people will ask the man, how do you feel about that? I've never once
You have a problem with that
heard-
question even being asked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've never heard a question asked to the woman, how do you feel about him making more money than you? Ever. Do you hear me? Ever.
So can you ask me real quick?
What?
Like, how would I feel if you made more money?
I know you'd be all right with that. I know you'd be all right with that, shouty red, honey child.
Yeah, I would
okay.
definitely be all right with that.
You would definitely be all right with
but
that.
But honestly, you know why I would be all right with it, though? I know this is a little off the subject. I would really be all right with it, though, because I know that you would not try to use that to, in any way, leverage it against me. I know you wouldn't use that to try to make me feel like you were over me in any way. And I actually think that there are a lot of insecure men for whom they would assume that the moment their wife makes more money, she would use that against them. And I think that's sad.
But again, that goes back to what we're talking about.
It does.
It's something that has been put on us. And
we've accepted
really,
it, April.
really, we say this. Is it that, what do we say?
Is it life imitating art or art imitating life?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Is this a case of we are just playing out what society told us, or is society reflecting what we actually believe? That's really the question.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
okay, so hold
whatever
on.
it is, we're teaching ourselves or
something.
something.
But I want you to read that other definition that you had.
Okay, so I'm going to read. Yes, I'm going to read what post-gender roles, what the definition is of that. What that definition entails. Okay, so here we go. Of a marriage or couple. This is post-gender roles, which divides household labor, equally, or in a manner other than according to traditional gender roles.
Yes. So basically, if you're in a post-gender role relationship, what that means is you have moved past the idea that we decide who's going to do what simply based on their gender.
Right.
And instead, we have some other way of determining that, whether it's we're just going to split it down the middle and we do it equally, or whether it's something else like what April and I do, which is we have this list thing that we make and we basically fill out each one ourselves. And we say, here is what I would like it to look like for me. And you say the same thing. And we come together and when we have agreement, we just say, okay, let's go with it. We have disagreement, we discuss it. And sometimes we make a decision about who's going to do what based on who's more passionate about it, which one's better at it, which one cares about it more. There are different things that go into it that make the decision of who's going to do what. But we don't have in our relationship, you do this because you're the woman or you do this because you're the man. And
now, if you want to do that,
that's fine.
That's
we
fine
don't care.
because you both agree.
Yes.
But see, this is the thing, babe. I don't think that there are as many couples anymore saying because you're the woman, because you're the man out loud.
Okay. I agree with you.
But what I will say
But
is
that
I
doesn't
think
mean
there's
they're post.
something inside of them
Yes.
that makes them feel like I shouldn't be doing this or you should be doing that. Why is that the case? Well, it's probably because of this what we've been taught, what is it, subconsciously taught.
Yes. A lot of the stuff's been reinforced in implicit ways, maybe not explicitly.
Exactly. Implicitly taught that this is the way it should be. Okay. So I think that's what we're dealing with now. I don't think we're dealing because I'm just saying Jay-Z would not have had to post that if that wasn't an issue.
Right. That's true, April.
Okay.
You're right.
Why did
He's
he
making
post
a
it?
statement when
he's
puts
making a statement to
All
say
right, let me ask you
some
something
people are criticizing us, maybe. I don't know if it's criticizing, but I don't know if he's doing that to respond to anybody.
Or he might be just doing that because he might be saying, hey, somebody needs to hear this today.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe. But I think that when people see certain things, they are criticized.
Yeah.
I do believe that. I
Let
mean,
me
I heard it myself.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think that, okay, I'm gonna ask this the right way. Do you think it's damaging for a relationship, for people, even if they're comfortable doing it? Do you think it's damaging in relationship for people to make decisions specifically only based on gender?
Wow, that is a good question.
I'm talking about people in relationships now
Yeah.
that are, it could be married, it could be, fiance,
Right.
it could be just dating, whatever.
Right.
But we make our decisions solely based on our gender. Do you think that's damaging in any way? Even if even if we're okay with it?
The only reason why I would say it's more damaging than not is because I think there's always going to be a feeling of hierarchy.
That's interesting, babe.
You're below me, so you have to do these things.
So then
I
automatically,
do. I feel that way.
So automatically then, if we're going to do it based on gender, you think it would automatically play out where the woman would be getting the short end of the stick.
That's just how I see it. Because
Now, what if we're strict? Hold on, babe. What if we're strict about it, okay? What if we're strict?
Okay.
All right? And let's just play devil's advocate. Let's go
Okay,
down this road.
go ahead,
Okay.
go ahead.
What if we're strict about it? And instead of, which is what mostly happens, April, and you know this is true, instead of us focusing on the tasks of the woman and then the man doesn't really have any tasks because he can kind of do whatever he wants.
Right.
What if we stuck with it and really did it and said, here, man, this is the stuff you have to do because you're the man. And by the way, this is really the argument, and this is really what the problem has been, I think, over the years.
Yeah.
The real problem has been that the woman has been obligated to do
her
all
part.
these things, and the man don't have to do nothing because part of being the man is I can do it if I want to or I don't have to.
I have a great answer for this question.
Okay, go ahead.
that you're
What's the
asking.
answer?
This answer is so good.
I can't wait to hear it.
You ready for it?
Yes.
The things that the woman has to do, her roles,
Yes.
are every day, all day. Men's, what they have to do every once in a while.
Well, okay, hold on. May not be true.
It is true.
But hold on. Let's go
back to that list.
Well, forget I'm saying,
no, you got to
hold
go
on.
back to the list, babe.
Well, our list was incomplete.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
We didn't finish the men?
No.
What are you talking about?
No. I'm saying if we're going to really play this out, you really think about it, you go back to traditional times. Okay, so we've been watching Downton Abbey with our kids. We've been watching
Downton Abbey.
We've already seen the whole series.
Yes.
The
But
writing's
rewatching.
excellent. The
Yes,
casting
the
is
acting
perfect.
is beautiful.
The history, it's great.
Yes.
Anyway, you may like it. You may
Great
not.
dialogue.
Yes. So we've been watching it with them. Our kids are teenagers. They like it. We're in season 2
Yeah,
now.
they want to rapid fire. Like
They're like, why are we watching more
We got to see the
episodes?
next one. Yeah. So we've
Okay.
been up late watching Downton.
Yes. Now, here's the thing about Downton. When you look at it, everything back then, which is why this is a great show.
Yes.
Everything back then was a certain way based on gender and stuff. And what was happening was, because of the war and things like that, there were World War One, I believe it was that. In the first
it
episode.
was the wars why we are where we are, right?
Basically, where women started doing things that only
Because
men
we
could
had
do.
to, and then it was like, hold up.
Right. I'm just
You
as
know
good at
that's
this
why.
as men.
If we didn't have war, we'd still be.
We might.
Who knows? I think we would.
Who knows? But here's the
That
point
helped a
Here's the
lot.
point I'm making. When you look at Downton Abbey, now you start seeing that the men are just as obligated to do things as the women are, and that, of course, not the people who live upstairs. They're not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? But they're
not doing
maids and
nothing.
stuff are
They're
doing a
not
bunch of
doing
stuff.
nothing.
But I'm saying even the duties that they have the maids and footmen and butlers and stuff like that doing are down gender lines. So
That's
Mr.
true.
Carson is not in the kitchen. I mean, he's not cooking.
Yes.
The women are in there cooking. Do you
notice Miss
men,
Patmore's hair is always out of control? Just
why is that?
Because she's going all. I mean,
So
she
you're saying having a cook
hers
like
is
that is
heavy
a-
labor. I mean, heavy duty stuff.
you're right.
She looks like a wild.
You're right.
And Mr. Carson is all,
Yes.
walking.
But notice
he's chilling.
though, that's true. but Mr. Carson's higher up than the rest of them. He's
That's
telling
true.
them what to do.
That is true.
When he
But
comes to the room, they all stand up.
Even the footmen, even the
Okay,
guy.
but hold on. This is
Think about
I'm
that.
saying the footmen all do heavy labor. So they're
What
the ones.
heavy labor are they really doing?
They're the ones getting the luggage out of the car every time. They never
Okay,
send.
you're proving my point.
Okay.
How
go ahead.
often were people coming to town? They weren't coming often enough for that to be a daily, every day. That's going to be a part of his duty. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I
Yes.
do.
You bring in the luggage. That's it.
Right.
You put them down. Done.
That's an interesting perspective.
Yes, and that's how I've always thought about.
And
say,
maybe
you know,
we need to make a list. Maybe we need to go down the list and see
Babe, I
what
would love
are
to
the
do that.
traditional. We need to do that for a show one time.
We
What are the
do.
traditional gender roles, and do they automatically have a daily sort of implication for
and
the women?
they don't. And they do for women,
and a
and they don't
periodic
for men.
implication for the men.
That's exactly what it is.
Now, they're definitely
That
not a
is
periodic.
what-
It's not
listen,
periodic for a man to work. He has to work every day.
That's true, but so do women. And see, that's
Right.
the thing. Women work every day and do the every day.
True.
Or is expected to by some people.
But remember now, I'm trying to get us back to where. So I'm saying let's transport back, and now we're just
she
straight
is
traditional,
home,
and she's just home, and he's
she
working.
is just home. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not-
See,
that's not what I meant,
No,
babe.
but that is what you meant. Guys, he proved it right there.
That's
she
not what I was
is
trying to
just
say.
John. The truth comes out when you don't mean to say it.
Okay. You think that was Freudian?
It was.
Okay.
Just at home. That
I didn't mean just. I didn't say just at home. I said she's just home. What I meant
Same
was
thing.
she doesn't have to go out and.
Okay.
Okay.
I hope
anyway,
that's what you meant.
That is what I meant. My point is.
okay.
My point is, you would like to see more marriages.
Can I finish?
Yes, go ahead.
I got to finish this.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because you're right. Let's do that. But you know what? He goes from 9 to 5.
Right.
She doesn't. It's still more. When he comes home, she's got to make sure food is prepared and that she's serving. Then it's cleaning the kitchen. Then it's putting the kids in the bath. Then it's putting them in the bed. I mean, think about it. That goes until 9, 10 o'clock at night. So it's so
And
much
and
more.
it starts early in the morning,
And it
especially
starts
when
at
you have
6
little
a.m.
kids. Right.
It starts at 5, 6 a.m. Okay? And maybe even in the night, depending on the child and what the age and all that.
Okay,
So
last-
you're proving my point.
I am. You're right.
You are. You're proving my point.
Last question before we go to the word of the day.
Okay.
And that is this. Would you prefer...
I could talk about this all day.
Yeah, we could.
You know that.
Yeah. Would you prefer... Would you rather...
Yes.
Would you rather split the duties straight down the middle? Or would you rather do what we're doing now, which is decide who does what based on a number of factors?
Well, the reason
Are
why
you looking for equality in this, where it's like
no,
you
I
have
don't think
just as
split
much
down
work
the
to do
middle.
as me?
No,
Okay.
it's not about split down the middle. But what it is about, it's about, the person feeling like they are valued. The person feeling like they're not just in it because of the fact that they are who they are or what they are. Or, we chose this together. That's where the equality comes in. It was equally chosen.
The decision-making
was
process
equal, is what I mean.
is equal.
Yes,
Yes.
It was equally done. It was
Yes.
done in an equal manner.
Yes.
I think that's very different. So even if I have something that is every single day, I feel like we decided that together. That wasn't just you putting that on me. That's a big difference, babe.
I agree.
Yes.
All right. So word of the day. What is
Word of
our
the
word of the
day.
day today? I think you picked
Okay.
another good one.
Yes,
For this show.
I like this word. And our word of the day is pragmatic.
Pragmatic. Okay.
Yes, pragmatic. Okay. Dealing with things sensibly. I love that word.
Wow.
Okay. And realistically in a way that is based on practical rather than theoretical considerations.
Okay.
I mean,
so
that definition is beautiful.
you're saying when couples are deciding who's going to do what and how they're going to do all that stuff, it needs to be a practical and realistic decision.
Sensibly and realistically. Okay.
Yeah,
Sensibly
yeah,
and realistically done.
Yeah.
Okay, realistically, I can't do this all day, every day for the rest of my life. Like
I agree.
Not can't necessarily. I mean,
Well, shouldn't
but
have
I'm saying
to.
shouldn't have to, especially when you don't have to. And, I'm going to just go back to, I think that's been my biggest thing. And I've always fought this, not because it's happening in my marriage, but because this is just a thing. You know what I mean?
But in some
And
ways,
I'm feminish.
there are some times when it does creep up in our marriage.
It has.
Let's be honest.
But I was saying it more so. It hasn't it's happened more at the beginning when we were trying to figure
Yes.
things out.
Right. Right.
But I think now we are,
Man, you always. I shouldn't put the music on there because you just literally stop.
I lose my thought, man, because the music is just.
What's wrong with you, girl?
Anyway,
You've always been like that.
I
Like as
know.
soon as music comes on, you start
I
dancing.
can't help it. But anyway,
Can't help but watch.
You're,
Lord have mercy.
no, but you're right. You are right. I think that I like how we're doing it, and I like what Jay-Z said.
Yeah.
I like what he said. We doing all this together. We both hustlers, we both cook, we both clean, we both pay, we're both romantic, and we spoil each other. It should be both.
Yeah.
And it should be both, so that it's not all on one person. That's the thing. When you are living life and you are working and you are raising kids and you are, doing all, even without kids, life is hard sometimes. It's busy. It's tiring.
Yeah.
And to have something on you for, you have to be the one to do that all the time. You can't get a break.
So there's one aspect of this that we didn't touch that we're going to have to do in another episode. And that is, Jay-Z doesn't say anything about whether or not one person is in charge of something or not. And I think that's an important aspect of this.
That's true.
Because we can both cook, we can both clean.
But then who's going to cook when it's time to cook if you don't know who is in charge or who is the...
Having somebody in charge is important. So I think that's an important thing. We'll talk about that in another episode.
Yeah. And I think that's fine.
I do too.
But it should not be based on gender.
I agree. So do you think we have a post-gender role marriage?
I think we do, babe.
Okay, great.
I think we do the way that we do it.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? The way that we do it.
Yes.
Now, when you look at it, you might say that's...
Some of the things may fall on traditional lines, but we didn't make the decisions for those reasons.
No.
Yeah.
It may fall on traditional lines, but we did not make...
But not
all.
Yeah.
Not all. So that's why I feel like you can tell that we are a post-gender role couple, because there's some things that are, some things that aren't, and you can tell that we have made these decisions together. It's not just you saying to me, girl, go in that kitchen and cook all that food and be in there barefoot and pregnant. Go.
That voice, man.
That's that man.
Yeah.
That's that man.
All right, y'all.
Yes.
We'll check you out next time. As you can see, we always go longer on this particular subject because April likes it.
This is my soapbox.
It is. But it's a good soapbox.
I think a lot of women would agree that this is a part of their soapbox stuff.
Probably true.
You know?
Until next time, we'll see y'all next week.
Bye, guys.